Hello, everyone. My name is Nick, and I have a problem. And it's old school RuneScape. Listen, I've spent so ungodly long in this game. It's completely taken over my life. My friends will often message me just to get off of RuneScape, just to play games with them, and I have no excuse. I'm still bad at this game. Look at this man. For a main account that has over 150 days spent in game, the bank is laughable, and these stats really need some improvement. That's where this series is going to kick in. Welcome to Getting Good at RuneScape. Oh wow, look, another main account series where you get super rich. How is this going to be unique? Um, yes. Moving on. For a game that I've played so much throughout my life, I want to join the higher ranks. I'm talking the stats, the gear, and even some achievement diaries. But I know my place. Some of the legends out there are able to get the Zuck helmet. Honestly, I don't think I have what it takes. It's insane. But I think I can get pretty close. Today, we're going to start off pretty simple, and the first video is just going to slowly start building up this count to where I'm happy. I think a good place to start with that is to talk about what I actually want to get, and that's going to be some of the highest gear in the game. Of course it is. The dream gear I'm talking about is like the T-Bow, the Scythe, Humican Shadow, and the Elijah Spirit Shield. First three, pretty obvious, some of the best weapons in the respected attack style, but I personally just love the last one. The Elijah Spirit Shield is just kind of special for me, so I'm going to get that for me. While on the grind for some of the best weapons in the game, I want to set some rules for myself, and these are pretty simple and honestly laughable if you play Iron Man mode. Quick side note, if you play Iron Man mode, props to you. I've tried it multiple times, and your dedication to this game is just insane. But your grinds are also just as equally as insane, and I do not wish that on my worst enemy. So, props to you. Hope you enjoy that, but I will not be attempting Iron Man mode anytime soon. Starting off, I will not grind any boss, raid, or the likes until I can comfortably solo that task. Let's take raids for example. Before I can get carried with a team or a clan, I want to be able to comfortably solo that with the gear that I have. I don't want to rely on friends or the clans to boost me through, and by comfortable, let's take COX for example. Let's set the challenge being able to solo the raid without dying to Ulm every time. If my memory's right, I was able to do this at one point, but I'd have to sacrifice at least one, if not two inventories just to get through the final fight, and I don't want to count that. Really pathetic, I know, but for funsies we'll also set a time challenge. Until I can beat that time, without any help and without dying, I can't ask for anyone to help me in COX. That's going to go for all the raids as well. I will set some kind of goal and time requirement for all the other raids and all the other bosses, and we'll get to that when we actually get there. Second rule, pretty straightforward. I'm going to use the Grand Exchange, but I will not flip. I just suck at it. I've lost way too much money even attempting to try to learn it, and I just don't think it's going to work out for me. I also don't find it enjoyable as a way to kind of flip to get the items that I want, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. I just don't think it's for me. So that brings up the third rule, which is not something that pertains so much to the game as more of it is a personal goal. I've been using the excuse that college has progressively gotten harder, hence the lack of videos uploaded, and I want to change that. So for the third and final rule, I will upload at least one video every 2 weeks or so. I really want to join the community more, and uploading videos will keep me dedicated to this game, but hopefully help speed up this editing process to get the videos up. With that said, the series could be useful for others out there. I don't have endless amount of time to sink into this game, since school and work do take up large portions of my time, so I think the average viewer could kind of follow along here. The goal is to get past this average skill that I'm at, join up some of the higher ranks. I'm curious of how long that'll take me, and it can kind of give you a guide of how long it should take you as well. At the end of the video, I'll do like a little recap of what I was able to accomplish, something like how many kills I got at a boss or the GP earned, just so everyone can get a quick review of what was done and how lucky or unlucky I get at a certain task. Today is just a quick video of building up cash stacks so I can buy supplies for TOA, which is going to be the next video. One really fun way to do that is just to kill Vorkath, so let's see what I can get done there. So I think it's best to showcase what I have in the bank, just so everyone knows the kind of starting situation I'm in. Bank value is currently at 553 mil, which has varied a lot over these last couple of days, just the way RuneScape works. But everything of major value is going to be in this main tab. We got all the runes, cash, various equipment items, and this is pretty much where all of it's going to be at. The main equipment that's really going to showcase where my account's at gear-wise right now is going to be the face guard, gloves, torture, primordial, and the Pegasian boots, Bano set, crystal armor set with the anguish and the bofa, ring of suffering, the lance. I don't know why Aram's is this valuable, but and then the dragon claws. Dragon claws are typically not something I have in my bank. It's one of the best spec weapons for Vorkath though, so I sold a bunch of random gear like some God Wars and stuff like that to be able to afford these. So it's not typical that I have this, but that's going to where majority of my money is kind of tied up right now. All the other tabs are just broken into like various stuff. So we got like the potions and all the herbs that go along with it, 99 capes, and just various unlocks from random events. We got a farming tab, skilling tab with all the various stuff that I would possibly need with it, and then a pet tab. Pets typically jump back and forth between my bank and my house. I'm fine with the bank space right now. Still got a good amount with it, and I do like to take these out once in a while just to have fun with them. And various skillings I'll take about the pet that's matching with it. I really need to clean this thing out, but this should give you a rough idea of where my account's currently at. And I can always do another bank video if anyone has questions, but I feel like majority of you is just going to want to know where my account's currently at, and so we can go from there. So this is going to be the gear I'm rocking with for majority of the video. It's a nice melee setup with the claws and the accompanying potions. I typically like to do melee over range, one because I already have the lance and I find that melee is just a lot easier and more enjoyable. I can also save a lot of money on the bolts too, but we go over and we check the collection log. I did get the pet on 375, so I'm super lucky with that one, and I was able to pull the visage out as well. So this boss has been very, very nice to me in that 300 KC, so I'm hoping for this continued luck going forward. Well, hey, would you look at there? I've only been here for maybe 30 kills, and I just scored the first of probably a handful of Vorkath heads. I'm gonna take this one as a sign of good luck. Well, hello there. I guess I just got a combat task done. I think that's the melee only one. I'm pretty sure I'm just now getting this because I only got the acid phase this kill. I guess the dragon claws really came out, and this was a pretty fast kill, so I guess I just never saw the little zombie spider come out, so I never switched to the staff. I don't know. Either way, I will take it. I really should check out the other task for this boss. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm missing. Alright, where is this at? Oh, okay. This doesn't look too bad. What, 6 more? That's not too bad at all. And, oh, see, look, I was only 2 seconds off of this one. This was a pretty quick kill anyway. I think I'm going to knock all these out, actually. I think that'll be the good stopping point for this boss and kind of this video, too. Right now, I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things since it's been so long since I've done Vorkath, but I think this will be a good goal for the video. I think I'm just going to attempt some of these in between the runs, but I want to hit 100 KC on the loot tab first, just to make sure I have enough money for supplies for the raids for the next video. And just like that, we hit 100 KC. I know this is a pretty big jump, but nothing really notable happened during those kills. I'm pretty happy with the value here, though. I think with the Desert Treasure 2 hype and the new per book, all the bones have really skyrocketed in price, so that's working really well in my favor. But in that KC, I've only died twice, so I think I've gotten a pretty good hang of things here at Vorkath. I think now I'm just going to focus more on the combat tasks in between some of these runs, just to knock all these out while I'm still getting some really good loot. And I think the first task I want to get done and out of the way is the speed task, since I was already super close to it. So with one quick Dragon Warhammer by, there she is, speed test done with 53 seconds. Easy attempt, got the Dragon Warhammer spec off the first run, and lost to follow it up. So let's jump on to the next one. And there's the extended encounter done. Just had to bring enough brews and resources to get this finished, so it wasn't bad at all. I think the worst part about this is just leaving all the bones on the ground. Alright, the next one we're going to do is the Fateless Encounter without losing any prayer points. I'm horrible at prayer flicking. I can't get the timing down to save my life, so the easiest way to do that is to just bring a Dragon Fire Shield and enough food to hopefully survive this whole encounter. Let's see how that goes for me. Alright, there we go. Fateless Encounter. Pretty easy. I didn't actually use that much food either. So we got 3 tasks left. We got the Zombie Destroyer, which I'm going to attempt right now. It's to kill the spawn without using the Crumble Undead. I imagine the Blowpipe is probably going to be the best, so I'm just going to throw on Crystal Armor and try to knock this one out really quick. The 2 that I'm most afraid of is probably the Walk. I am not the best at timing this with the Blowpipes, because like 90% of my kills have been done with melee. I don't use range too much with this, so I got to find the correct spot with the Blowpipe to get that going. The other one is the Frenetic Way, and I'm pretty sure you have to be on like a blue dragon task to do this. I've attempted this probably 3 or 4 times, and I just can't get the damage out. Even using full brews and everything like that, I just can't stay alive long enough. So we're going to go ahead and knock this one out, then the Walk, and then probably just grind out some Wilderness Slayer to get that task done. Alright, there's the Zombie Destroyer task done. And there we go, there's the Walk. Alright, pretty easy. Not too many attempts that needed for that one. Here we are, the final task, the Ferminic Way. Nothing really changes gear-wise, but I'm allowed to use the Defender, which is super nice, and I finally got the Blue Dragon task, which took way too long. But it shouldn't be that bad now that we have that task. The inventory I'm just taking is just a bunch of brews and restores and some normal combat potions to boost up back after I brew down. So hopefully this time around I have some better luck landing more consistent hits. There it is. Final combat task done with 11 minutes and 29 seconds for that kill. Not too bad difficulty-wise, just super annoying watching a bunch of zeros hit in a row. But at least I can say I completed all the combat tasks here. Nothing super special for that last drop, and that's alright, but let's go over and check out the combat tasks. There it is. Vorkath is completed. Absolutely love this boss. I will finish out the Blue Dragon task here too, just to make some extra money and see if I can get some collection log slots. Oh, wait, I didn't even see this. I just get the jar at 514 KC. Oh, I'm sure that's gonna upset some people. Well, there's the jar drop. I think now the only thing I'm missing is the big drop, the skeletal visage drop. There we have it. I know it's a simple and short video without too much happening, but the main goal is just to get a decent stack going before heading off to TOA. For some fun stats, I ended up getting 253 kills at Vorkath, which got me 34 mil. In the end, I think it took just as long to get the Blue Dragon task as it did for the entire grind, so that was incredibly annoying, but I will be back at this boss here, mainly just to try to green log it, and I think it's a fun way to grind money on the side. I was able to snag the Jar of Decay, which is just insane. It's the same drop rate as the pet at 1 in 3,000, so to have both of these within 650 KC is just beyond lucky, and I don't understand why this boss likes me so much. So I'm sure I'll be back here again in the future just to try to snag that Visage and to build up a cash stack if I don't get lucky at TOA. Speaking of which, in the next video I hope to spend a ton of time at TOA learning the mechanics and to test my luck there. I do have some experience at that raid, but it's nothing impressive. I think the highest invocation I was able to get to is around the 180 level, so I think getting up to experts is going to be a really fun challenge and a fun grind too. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. This is my first RuneScape video, so I really appreciate any feedback you have for me in the comments. Hopefully the next video will be a little bit more entertaining, watching me struggle up that invocation level, so be sure to look for that in the coming weeks. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you have a great day. Stay inspired.